Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to today's live. I apologize for the slight delay. There was a bit of a technical snag here that I had to figure out, but we're live, even if it's just a minute late. And today, I want to talk about something very important with you. And I'm glad this technical snag actually happened because it's going to allow me to now use a live example to help you understand the core concept that we're going to be talking about today. So I hope you're excited because finally, as we end this week where we're on the 25th session, we are going to understand and we are going to break down exactly why we keep going back into the same negative emotions, into the same low situations, into the same low problems inside our heads, because of which we suffer. Our work suffers, our time suffers, our relationships suffer, our productivity suffers, and overall, we end our days not with a feeling of joy and happiness, but with a feeling of sadness and regret that I could have done better, I could have changed things, I could have done something different. And then all of that creates a lot of pressure on you, where you feel that you're trying to move ahead, you're trying to do something in life, but something or the other happens and you just go so low emotionally and inside your mind that bouncing back seems very hard, dealing with the challenge seems very hard, panic seems to be the way of life rather than peace and centeredness and calmness. Now, the reason I'm sharing all of this with you today is because I've recognized this one thing in all the coachings that I've done. A lot of times, the reason we are stuck is not because we don't know what to do. Yes, that's right. We do know what to do. It's not that we're confused about that. What we are confused about is the emotions we are going through inside ourselves that are blocking us from seeing that truth as it is. So I'll give you an example here. Right now, this big kind of technical snag happened where my camera just wasn't getting recognized by the system and I was not able to log into the live stream at the exact time that I wanted to log in. I was a minute late. And if you know me and if you've ever had a session with me, or even if you're my friend, if there's one thing I'm particular about, it's time. If I've told you I'm going to call you at 4, I am going to call you at 4, come what may. If I'm going to have a coaching session with you and the time for that session is 8 p.m., I'll be there at 7:55 or 7:57 or at max 7:59. You'll never see me log into the call at exact 8 p.m. I'm always there on time or before time because I believe time is one of the most powerful resources that we have. And if someone's investing that with us, the least we can do is respect it and honor it and make sure that we are committed to it. So that's just the personal belief I hold on to, because of which no matter what I do, no matter the kind of people I come across, no matter what commitments I make, if I've promised time, I'm going to honor it. And this commitment that I do here on my YouTube live sessions every single weekday from Monday to Friday, 8:30 p.m. means 8:30 p.m. Come what may, I'm going to log in, I'm going to be here, I'm going to be having this conversation. And if you would have noticed, over the past 25 days, there's not been a single day where my live stream has started even a second later than 8:30 p.m. The moment I see 8:30 on my clock, oh, I click and I am live. So now today when this happened, I had two choices that I could have made. The first choice was I could have panicked. I could have worried, oh my God, my camera is not working. What do I do now? I have to go live in just 30 seconds from somewhere or the other. I have to figure this out. What if it doesn't work? What if I'm not able to do the live stream? What if things don't work out the way I wanted? All those thoughts and panic and overwhelm and overthinking and negativity could have dragged me down. But I did not do that. Instead, I chose to remain calm. I was like, okay, camera is not working. What options do we have? We're going live in about 1 minute, and I don't really have a lot of options. I let me refresh the screen once, not working. Let me try logging into the YouTube portal again, not working. On the other apps, the camera is working. So it's something got to do with the website. Okay. So now that I figured it out, what are the options I have? I have the option of using the laptop camera. The quality will be very low, but it's okay. My job is to just give the message that I want, and I'm going to do that. And then I figured something out and I reloaded it once and it worked. Suddenly, the camera was being recognized. I was like, okay, this is great. Let's do it. So from 8:30 to 8:31, that's just a 1 minute delay. But for me, that's a big deal because I like to be on time about everything. Even if I was not today, did I go into a panic zone? Did I go into a worry zone? Did I go into a negativity zone where I'm like, oh my God, how do I figure this out? No, this is such a big challenge. No, I just dealt with it calmly. Why? Because I consciously chose to practice that emotion. You see, the reason we are stuck in our negative emotions is not because people and situations are creating them for us. It's because we have gotten used to feeling those emotions, they've become a habit. Now put someone else in my shoes, okay? Someone who for whom it's very easy to get panicked. It's easy to get worried. It's easy to go into this emergency zone. And if they have something very important, like let's say public appearance, YouTube Live is a public appearance today. So even though you're at home, you're essentially coming in front of the public. And the core thing that's needed is just not working. Oh, that person's gonna panic so much. I wanted everything to be perfect. How can I be late? What do I do? What do I change? But I did not. Now, this is not to brag. This is not to say, oh, look, I'm greater than other people. No, that's not what I mean. The reason I shared this example with you was one, it happened live. So you have experienced it as well. So it's fresh, it's relatable, it's a real implementation of the stuff I'm going to be talking about. Otherwise, who knows? You're going to end the live stream and then you're going to say, yeah, Prabhsimrat gave some good talking points, but what do I do now? How do I implement? Well, now you don't have that excuse because I'm literally giving you an example of what it means to implement the very thing I'm talking about. So, because I've consciously practiced being someone who's calm, someone who's present, someone who's centered, guess what happened when this emergency or this crisis or this snag hit? I chose my default response, which is calmness, centeredness, practicality, and dealing with the problem. Now, for example, if let's say, God forbid, tomorrow I'm driving my car and somewhere, because of a lapse in attention or because of some other driver on the road, a crash happens. Now, some of you are probably listening to me and you're already thinking, oh, no, 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 he's thinking negative. He should not do that. He's manifesting it. No, that's not how it works. It's about energy, it's about intention, it's about the way you're approaching the problem. So just speaking the words are not going to do anything. But if I'm feeling worried about it, even if I'm not speaking the words, I'm like, no, 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 I shouldn't speak about any bad thing. The bad things could happen if I speak about them. That feeling inside will create the bad things in your life. So it's okay, I'm just giving an example, and I just want you to know, I want you to understand the difference of what happens when we choose different emotions. So let's say something like that were to happen. Okay. Now, there I have two choices. Again, one choice is panic or start crying or start going into shock or start raging at the other person. Like, how dare you ram into my car? And who do you think you are? And can't you see? Are you blind? Were you driving with blindfolds? And all the stuff that people do when they're road raging. Or the other option is first check myself. Am I okay? Okay, yeah, I'm okay. Get out of my car. Before I check my car, go to the other car, see if those people are okay. Yeah, okay, they are okay as well. If they're not, what can we do to get them help as fast as possible? Now, that's a calm response. That's a logical response. That's a powerful response. But I love this quote, and I'm going to share it with you. You're going to understand what I mean by it. I don't know who has said this, so please forgive me if there's any misattribution in the way I say it. You can always correct it and see the correct attribution when you go on the internet later. But the quote goes something like this: when someone is drowning, that is not the time to teach them how to swim. When someone is drowning, that is not the time to teach them how to swim. So when a big opportunity is in front of us or a big crisis is in front of us, well, I'm sorry, but in that moment, teaching you about how to be positive is the worst thing I can do. And as a coach, I'm not going to be the one who does that. Why? Because in that moment, learning a new state is not what's important for you. For you, what's important is your natural response because your body is in survival mode. You are in survival mode. Your brain is thinking there's danger all around. Okay, so in that moment, I cannot teach you how to practice calmness. Because imagine this, okay? This is going to be a very funny scene to imagine, but really imagine this. I want you to. There's something that's happened on the road. There's road rage happening. You see two people, both are like ready to fight. You go in between them, you push them away, and you say, please, take a deep breath, stay calm. What's going to happen? Well, both of them are going to stop beating each other. They're going to start beating you. They're going to be like, who the hell do you think you are coming between our fight? Why? Because in that moment, it's not the place to teach them how to stay calm because their mind is not ready for it. They're in that survival mode. So, if you are going through that situation right now, you can break the emotion, you can change the emotion, but it's not the time for me to teach you how to stay positive. But if I practice it, if I consciously create that state and I make it my natural response, then for me, as I was giving you the example, if I'm involved, God forbid, in an accident like that or something like that happens, well, I'm going to be calm. I might be disoriented for a second or two because the physical body is going into a state of shock, but mentally, what is my body going to choose? The safest response, the most practiced response, the most natural response. Now we think natural responses and natural emotions are given to us by birth. They are not. They are conditioned into us. That is why you choose negativity the moment something goes wrong. Because that's what you've been conditioned into. The best part is you can condition yourself into the positive emotions, but the awareness of this whole thing is what matters the most. That's what we're talking about here. Because the day you realize that, oh, yeah, I can program myself and I can change my natural response, then the moment that crisis hits, or the moment you get a great opportunity, or the moment you are ready to shine, or the moment you need to develop resilience because a big challenge is in front of you, you cannot help but choose the natural response. And in that moment, you cannot change your natural response. But what you can do is consciously redefine what that natural response means for you. Make it so easy for your body and for your mind to choose positivity and calmness and strength and resilience and kindness and compassion and joy and service and help and all the positive emotions that you want. Practice them, make them a part of who you are. So the moment problems hit, where does your mind go? Oh, this is who I am. So let me choose this. And that's how you get leaders who stay calm under pressure. That's how you get people who can be in the heat of a sporting event, like at the peak climax of a football match or a cricket match. And yet, in their eyes, you will see a look of surety and calmness, not a look of fear and worry and jitteriness. Why? Are they consciously choosing to do that in that moment? No. They are facing the challenge. They're not consciously saying to themselves, okay, be positive, be positive, be positive. It's their natural response. They've programmed themselves to become that way. I know you like to think, I'm human, I come with complex emotions, and that's true. But 90% you are programmable like a computer. You run your own life on algorithms. Those algorithms are called beliefs and assumptions. Different words, the work is the same. My question is, are you willing to today just take a look at what's my natural response whenever things go wrong? Because the moment you recognize what that natural response is, you will figure out why you keep going down into the same negative emotions and the same challenges and the same fear and the same panic and the same worry or the same doubt or the same what do we say, there's another emotion, helplessness or feeling like a victim, and all this negativity that pulls you down and doesn't let you take action. Figure out where and how is it becoming your natural response, then choose to recondition it into something you want. And before you know it, you are going to start choosing positivity effortlessly. You see, the simple way I like to define it is, if I have to every day tell myself, be positive, be positive, be positive, be positive, I'm not positive. That's my simple way to define it. Reminding myself of that identity is a good thing. But if I'm in a situation of a crisis, or if I'm in a challenging thing that I have to do, or I have a really big opportunity and I'm feeling nerves and jitters and all that stuff inside me, in that moment, this chanting of be positive is doing nothing rather than worsening the situation. So rather than waiting to dig the well when you're thirsty, dig the well before you are thirsty. Recondition your natural response and watch how quickly negativity goes away. Positivity becomes natural, and the more you choose it, the more you reinforce it, the more you reinforce it, the easier it gets for you to be who you want and to not be the victim of your past emotions and past circumstances and past life situations. That's why we say you have the power to be your best self, not because the world won't affect you, not because you'll overcome your biology, but because you can program how the world and the biology affects you. That choice is always there. This weekend, reflect on that choice, stay with it, look at what those negativities are, and just allow yourself to recondition yourself into the positivity you want, and you'll be amazed at the results you create. And with that, I'll see you on Monday at the exact same time, that is 8:30 p.m., and I am sure till then you are going to create some magic, because the moment this negativity goes away from your life, right, you free up so much energy. You can't even imagine that right now, and I'm excited for you to experience that transformation, given that you do what I've said in this video seriously and sincerely. The moment you do it, shifts are going to happen. Thank you so much for being here once again. I honor the fact that you give me your time. You come here every single day, or even if you watch it on recording, that's fine with me. The message is getting across. That's the main purpose of why I'm doing this. And I apologize once again for that 1 minute delay. But I believe everything happens for a reason, because if that delay had not happened, I wouldn't have had this example to give you. So thank you so much. And I'll see you soon on Monday. Bye.